Hello my beautiful hammerhead and welcome back to another video. In this video I want to tell you something about how army building in the new Age of Sigmar edition will work, because the latest community article has just been revealed about this topic. So, we've already given you a taste of what's changing in the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, dug into what modular rules mean for you, and talked a little about the knife-edge decision-making behind the priority roll, which I kind of have to go back a little. We can talk about priority roll and my thoughts on Friday's Feel Good Friday stream, because I kind of have to redact my feelings about that. But yeah, that's not the topic right now. In the current edition, armies require at least one leader unit and a minimum of 3 battle line units, or 2 for 1000 point games, along with other restrictions on behemoths, reinforcements, and so on. You can slot your units into various battalions that confer bonuses, such as the ever popular Battle Regiment, which allows you to deploy up to 9 units all at once. As the player who finishes setting up first is rewarded with the option to take the first turn, you have to balance low drops with list building flexibility, creating tension between picking exactly what you want and seizing the first turn tactical advantage. The new edition maintains these incentives of risk and reward, but takes a new route to emphasize flavor and flexibility. An army now comprises one or more regiments. Every army must have at least one regiment and can only take a maximum of 5. So this is probably one of the reasons they said that the Dawnbringer books are going to be updated for Age of Sigmar 4th edition, because there are regiments of renown in there, there are armies of renown. Might have something to do with that. It probably does have something to do with that. Each regiment is led by a single hero and can include up to 3 other units, or 4 if it's your general's regiment. These regiments represent the retinues, warbands, and chosen warriors who will accompany a leader into battle, so every hero lists which units they can include in their regiment as part of their battle profile. I have very funny thoughts about this at the end. In the case of the Lumineth Realm Lords, for instance, a Vanari Burner Blade can include any Vanari units, so the Bow Sentinels, the Spear Wardens, as an example, or the Dawn Riders, the cavalry unit. In their regiment, while an Alarith Stone Mage can be accompanied by the signature Alarith units, which by now, at this point at least, is only the infantry unit and the big cow in the background. Along with Vanari Auralan Wardens, who form the common core of many Lumineth forces. Unique faction leaders like Archmage Teclis can often be accompanied by any units from their faction. In rare cases, some powerful heroes can even include other hero units in their regiment. For example, the mighty Lord of Khorne, who can accompany into battle by gore-chosen heroes. Which sounds fun. This tends to result in armies that are much more thematic, with each hero accompanied by the kinds of troops you'd expect to see at their sides. I do love this so much. Form regiments, 1 to 5 regiments per army, must pick 1 hero to be your general, yes, of course. Each regiment has 1 hero and up to 3 non-hero units, or 4 if it's your general. Reinforcements is now great. Because you can double points cost and unit size, so you buy a unit of 5 Vindictors, the Stormcast with the spears, double the points, you have a 10er unit. Or you buy a unit of 20 zombies, double the cost, you have 40 zombies, and so on. Some hero units allow the addition of extra heroes to their regiment. Oh yeah, right. Every unit within a regiment deploys together as a single drop. You can reinforce most non-unique units with more than one model. And while there is no longer any limit on the number of units you can reinforce, you may no longer double reinforce units. So let's go back to my example with the Vindictors. You can't have 15 in one unit, it has to be at max 10. You can't have 60 zombies in one unit, the max is 40. If they don't change the numbers of their unit sizes. Otherwise, the restrictions of the current edition are gone. So we had up to 3 reinforcements, or was it 4? Doesn't matter. Numbers. This is great. This is really, really great. I do love this. Battlefield roles such as battle line, behemoth, or artillery are things of the past, explains product developer Ben. Once you've got a hero as your general, you have a ton of flexibility in how you build your roster. If you want to build a list that's just a single hero and a swarm of doom wheels zooming around and causing havoc, we won't stop you. But it will have an impact on the game because anything that isn't a regiment has to be an auxiliary unit. This is interesting. Auxiliary units offer a way to pick additional units from your faction outside the confines of a regiment. There are no limits on how many auxiliaries you can take, but there is still a cost. Each auxiliary unit is deployed one at a time, as a single drop. And the player with the fewest auxiliaries on their roster gets 1 extra command point at the start of each battle round. Why the each is not thick? I don't understand, because this seems important. These are crucial resources in the new edition and scarcer than before. What is the asterisk? We'll be writing about commands and how you receive command points at a later date, of course. So, auxiliaries. Sounds interesting. Let's go back. Once you've got a hero as your general, you have a ton of flexibility in how you build your roster. If you want to build a list that's just a single hero, anything that isn't in a regiment. So you can buy, let's go back to this, a hero, 3 non-hero units, or let's just say it's your general because you only have the 4 units, but you are at 800 points and you need something else, but you don't have enough points for another hero and another non-hero unit because of reasons. Let's just say you just put 1 other unit in there. That is an auxiliary. Because you might just have only 1 hero model because you haven't bought any other model as of yet, or other reasons because of the narrative you want to play. There is a lot of reasons for that. This is fine. That's okay. Especially with the very good example of 4 drops, because generals, regiment, auxiliary unit, and here you could have another hero here. But again, there might be a reason for that. Yeah, and one of the best parts here is on top of your regiments, you'll also be picking your sub-faction. This is something we talked on the Sonntagsschmiede, my German stream every Sunday. These are now called battle formations, which have been refocused around the fighting style of an army rather than their specific background. This invites players to mix and match a battle formation with their favorite color scheme and any unique heroes they like. This is exactly what I wanted, because that is the thing that we have in 40k right now, that you can play, just as an example, Tyranids. You want to play a lot of monsters with their bonuses and go for it, just smash through everything. What we talked about is there are no negatives about that, which is kind of sad because you only get positives about that. Which sounds weird, I know. Let's just say we can talk about this again on the Feel Good Friday stream. Other important aspects of army building are also sticking around, including artifacts of power and heroic traits, which used to be known as command traits. Heroic traits replace command traits. Okay, operating in a similar manner, except for the fact they can be given to any hero, not just your general. That is awesome. As well as spell laws, prayer laws, and the shiny new manifestation law, which we'll have details on later. Oh, this sounds interesting. Okay, my very last thought before we go our separate ways for today. This I really do love. This is awesome, especially with the part of you pick a hero and you only can take units that are fitting for that hero. Why do I love this? Because this is one of the reasons that pulled me towards the game Conquest. Because that is already a thing there. And this is why I love that our product developers and game developer went to Adepticon to see more of the world. As stupid as this sounds, because I don't have any other words for it, as I'm not that eloquent. But in Conquest, let's just say you want a wizard, you have a wizard, you can only take a specific part of that army, because there might be fanatic zealots or other religious groupings in the game. Or you get a close combat hero that is more of a duelist, and you get the more fighty units. Just as the examples here. So, I really do love this. This is great. This opens up so much for the future with thematic armies, especially that sub-factions are gone, which I really do love, because that opens up my Stormcast Eternals army mixed with Hallowed Hearts, Hallowed Knights and Hammers of Sigmar. So, but what are your thoughts on all of this? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're down there, please remember to do all the YouTube stuff, because hitting buttons is not only fun. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more Warhammer almost every day. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe, and if you want you can support me on Ko-fi. But until then, have a great day my friend, stay fantastic, stay hydrated, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.